Thank you, Cik Mi. Now, Islamic finance is expected to play an important role in Malaysian budget for 2014. As we all know, for the recent years, that especially we've seen a dynamic growth of the Sukuk market globally, with Malaysia taking the lead. Now, to know more with me is Hanifah Hashim, the head of fixed income, Franklin Templeton at GSC Asset Management Sdn Berhad. Thank you, Hanifah, for being on the show. So, maybe you could share what are your expectations of the Sukuk market at the end of 2013-2014?
First of all, thank you for inviting Franklin Templeton to get your view, to get our view on the Sukuk market. Basically, our outlook for 2013 until the end of the year and 2014 is local Sukuk as well as local bond market is expected to actually remain volatile. It's actually a new normal that we have seen the last few years whereby capital markets actually have moved quite drastically. I think mainly due to issues externally. We see, the global economy is still uncertain, and we have faced QE tapering, that actually led some outflow from our local bond market and local Sukuk market. And I think, number two is our own domestic issues, because, in July, Fitch actually put our rating on negative outlook. That actually led some outflow from Malaysia, from the local bond market. But I would say that compared to other countries in the region, we are pretty well supported. We didn't face outflow that until it's really spiked up our yield curve.
So, with that said, how can Malaysia actually promote further the issuance of this Sukuk?
I think, I must say our government, our regulators, Bank Negara, Securities Commission have for many years supported this market. So various pro-business policies have been introduced to encourage more Sukuk issuance in Malaysia. For example, last year we have a double deduction for agro Sukuk. So I think probably the more incentive can be given to more other sectors as well. And in every market, you also need investor participation. So to me, you also need to encourage wider investor participation. Especially, we actually have a lot of cash-rich companies, government-linked companies that can also participate in the investment side for the Sukuk market and create more vibrant Sukuk market.
Well, talking about the challenges, what are the challenges that we are facing in terms of, ensuring the growth of this Sukuk market in Malaysia?
I think, the challenges mainly we have a lead position, but we have to maintain that and strengthen that. To me, one of the initiatives that we can do is actually because currently local bonds, local Sukuk are traded over the counter, OTC. So what we can do is actually list this Sukuk in Bursa, for example. This will create more transparency to the Sukuk market, and I think it will strengthen our position as we are the largest with about 70%. Sukuk globally, but this will also make it more transparent, more investor participation. I think the second challenges, again, we have mentioned about the potential rating negative outlook downgrade. This is going to be quite serious for us. So I feel that we have to maintain the investor confidence and introduce some measures to allay the fears.
Okay, finally, Hanifah, what is your budget wish list for next year?
First, I think concrete measures introduced to tackle the fiscal deficit. I think as this will enhance the investor confidence, and I think we do not want to face a rating downgrade because, for example, it took Indonesia 14 years to move from where they were during the crisis to an upgrade of only BBB. And we in Malaysia have been in a single A minus rating for almost 10 years. So we do not want to actually jeopardize that. Number two, I think I mentioned about the wider investor participation, so more encouragement, more incentive on that space. And I think, in terms of, I think, and number three, I think in terms of listing that we mentioned in Bursa, so that our Sukuk is more transparent, more accessible to everybody.
Yes, to a greater accessibility to Sukuk for everyone, yeah? Yes, so thank you so much, Hanifah. That's Hanifah Hashim, Head of Fixed Income, Franklin Templeton, GSC Asset Management Sdn Bhd. And that's all for me, for now, from me and Hanifah. Back